What else do we got in the nook? Okay, yeah, this was one. Adam said, I wonder if anybody else has this issue. We installed our hot tub model Totem 3 months ago, no problems until now. We started to notice that our water smells like yeast. We have the Onsen system and always did the maintenance, the recommended maintenance. Regularly using refresh shock about twice a week. We use our hot tub for about an hour a day, usually 2 people. pH is okay, so is the chlorine and alkaline level, okay, alkalinity. Water is clear, and when in the tub, it smells fine. Smells a bit like chlorine, if anything. The yeast smell is noticeable if you stand up or leave the tub for a bit. Our swimsuits has the smell as well shortly after the tub visit, or even just dipping a hand in. The Onsen is running now at 4 duration, 4 frequency. Any advice?
We do the recommended maintenance. Levels are okay, water is clear, smells fine when in the water, but when we stand or leave for a bit, we notice a yeast smell, including our suits. Any advice?
So the yeasty smell, first of all, a lot of the times the yeasty smell that I see is from the lip as well as on the cover. You know, when you flip the cover up, the underside of the cover, because the lip of the spa and the underside of the cover does not get the sanitization that you have in the actual hot tub, right? So wiping the lip down and the underside with a mild bleach solution or a cleaning vinegar solution is an excellent way to deal with Pseudomonas, which gives that kind of musty gym locker smell. And that may be the yeasty smell that they're talking about. It could be something else as well. Anytime you have a yeasty smell or something like that, it's either bacteria or some other antimicrobial or some microbial problem in there. And so using something that's antimicrobial will help. We have antimicrobial cartridges available for the filters that can help with this. As well, you can increase your ozone and filtration cycle. Ozone's very, very good at dealing with that. The other thing is that you said you were shocking with refresh or non-chlorine shock. Again, you can do this. This helps boost your sanitizer level by causing the stuff that's reacted to be freed up. But I generally recommend people, when you're on a salt-based system especially, shocking with non-chlorine shock is actually not as good as just shocking with the same chlorine that the system produces, which is sodium hypochlorite. Instead of using refresh with the salt system, instead of using refresh, I'm recommending that you use sodium hypochlorite, because this refresh, it will work and will oxidize, but in most cases, you'll get better oxidation from this, and you're not introducing a new chemical to the water. This is just regular bleach from, I think, Walmart. Standard everyday bleach is usually 3.5% concentration, maybe 5% concentration, depending on where you are. The pool version of this stuff is 10.8%. So it's 2 to 3 times stronger. So it's stronger, same size jug, so this will last longer than this one. But if you're in a pinch and you need to shock, just make sure that this doesn't have any additives or colors or fresh scent or anything like that that could be a different contaminant in there, and that's just regular bleach. It's a cheap, inexpensive way to shock your water. And usually I tell people work in 1/4 cup increments, 1/4 to 1/2 cup, depending on the size of your spa and depending on how often you use it. There's a little bit of experimentation that takes place, and that's based on the pool version. So if you're using the more diluted version, you'll need more than that. So you might need up to 1 cup to effectively do what you want. Leave the lid open so that you have a chance to let it oxidize the stuff that's in there and off gas. I recommend doing this type of a treatment after you've used the spa, because it gets used up relatively quickly, and so by the time you get back into the spa, it isn't there anymore. This type of sodium hypochlorite is exactly the same sanitizer that your salt system is producing. So this is just a version that's inside of a jug. But it is liquid, so it's purifying liquid. It's really a great way to shock your tub if it's required. Normally, I would just tell people increase your filter cycle, change your output of Spa Boy. If you're finding you're not getting enough residual sanitizer, go from low to medium or from medium to high, and base it on your use. And you can always lower it. But if you do have, like when would I use this? You know, if I have a party or something like that, or something gets introduced to the water that I don't really like, and the water isn't 100%, a little bit of liquid chlorine is going to quickly do this. The other thing is this isn't going to change your pH as much as when you're using Spa Boy, because with Spa Boy, the process of making the sodium hypochlorite also makes sodium hydroxide, which is a base, which is going to cause your pH to increase. So this does have a pH of about 9, I think it is. So it's still going to bring your pH up a little bit, but not as much as if you're using the system. So if you go to the pool or spa store, your local store, they probably have a more concentrated pool version of the sodium hypochlorite. It's liquid, it works very, very quickly, and is probably the best way to actually shock your water. And the nice thing is it's sodium hypochlorite is exactly what your salt system is producing in the spa as the main sanitizer. So there you go. I think that will look after your problem. Increase that filter cycle. Check your filter. You know, maybe the filter's old. Wipe down the spa with the mild bleach solution or cleaning vinegar, and I think that yeast smell will go away. If your onsen setting is only 16 hours and you're still seeing that, bump it up to 18 hours, get that residual up so you're not having to manually add stuff. I have some customers where they run their onsen 24 hours a day just based on the use that they have. It also depends on how old your water is too, because if your water is a little bit older, it takes a little more sanitizer to do the same job.
When lowering my pH, should I use a Just Down or Saltwater Balance? Well,
in fact, they're both sodium bisulfate, right? So they're effectively the same chemical, right? So you can use either of them. I've been told that perhaps this one here is formulated more for spas, but I can't see how, or for saltwater spas. I can't see how it's much different. Maybe it's a different concentration, but basically they're both sodium bisulfate. You can use either of these as a pH down. Some people find these reactive to their skin and stuff. So we also have a product, Acid Magic, which is muriatic acid. Much stronger. It's good for bringing down your pH or your alkalinity if you need to. And then another common one is the cell cleaner that we use for cleaning the electrodes. That's citric acid, so you could use that. The last one that I use quite a bit is cleaning vinegar. Cleaning vinegar is really great for cleaning the underside of your cover as well as the top lip of your spa, and you can use it to adjust your pH using something that's natural and fairly inexpensive as well. So you have a lot of options right in your own cupboard for actually looking after your saltwater spa. It's that easy to look after a saltwater spa. So you may have heard that saltwater spas are not the ideal way to look after a hot tub. I'm here to tell you that it is a much simpler method, and that it's easy for you to use the stuff in your own home should you need to make an additional adjustment. So I really can't endorse it enough. It's made my customers' lives so much easier, and the feel of a saline tub just feels so much nicer. I'm John Keirstead from Arctic Spas, Vancouver Island. I hope you enjoyed the video.